Thank you, Kathy. Okay, so open your business basics. I know that we were kind of chatting before we got started. This is the new coach training call, and I am Lisa Mohajé, and I'm one of your hosts this evening. Abby Jimenez is also going to be joining us a little bit later on in the presentation, but I wanted to just kind of share a little bit about myself. I've been a coach for over 11 years now, which is insane. Time goes by so fast. I know you guys can all relate to that, right? It's kind of like when you have kids and everybody's like, they're going to grow up so fast. And you're like, at the time, you're like, yeah, right. And then the next thing you know, they're like 23 years old. So I've been a coach for 11 years, and I've been a full-time Beachbody coach for 9. And I was that coach that just wanted like $100 a month. I thought I've never sold anything. I don't have a huge network. Nobody's going to sign up with me. And little did I know that was far from the opposite. Like I said, I'm just excited that you guys are here. I'm not going to take up a lot of time sharing my story, but let's talk about what you're here for. What are you going to get out of this evening? So we are going to be talking about the rhythm of our business. I always want to say rhythm is a dancer. And then I have it in my head like the rest of the day. And now you guys are going to have it in your head also. You're welcome. We're going to talk about announcing your business, open house details. I am curious how many of you have watched the last couple of oh my goodness, Beachbody open house presentations. We're going to be talking a lot about that. We're going to talk about how to invite to the open house, and then we are going to wrap it up. So again, thank you for being here. I know that you guys are all busy. We all have busy lives. A lot of people's kids are going back to school, and just really appreciate you guys being here. So first and foremost, welcome to the team. Like we're here together, and this team was founded in 2008 by Christina Sullins. There's 25,000 coaches in our downline. How awesome is that? And you guys have been brought on board from United Coach Collaborations Group, which is our one group, our big team page, because we really are just one team. And we have this new system that we're just so excited about, and excited to have you here and have you plug into it. And really just a simplified system that you're going to be able to run with. I think the most beautiful thing about this business is that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And you're in great hands with the person that you signed up with, because they're part of this team as well. So we have a really simple duplicative system to help you see success. All you have to do is plug in. So we have one place to start. So if you have not yet already, if you are in the US, you're going to want to take your phones out. You're probably on your phone right now. If you're able to, text Dream Extreme to 31996. That is the very first thing as a brand new coach we want you to do, is send that text message so you can be a part of the news and the communication and all of that good stuff. If you're in Canada, we do have a separate number. It's text Canada Team to 855-299-3887. And then for the UK, we actually have a website, which is dreamextreme.info/welcome UK. So how many of you guys have already opted in to that text number? I can't see the chat because we're doing a webinar, but I can go back and see it later. Actually, I can open it. Let me see. How many of you guys have already opted in to the text system? Awesome. So after you have opted into the text system, and only after, you're going to want to save this website, dreamextreme.info/first 30. It's in the lower left-hand corner. I see someone is asking, what's the number, Lucas? You might need to change your view, because we actually have some slides with the numbers here. So you should be able to see that in front of you. But after you've opted in to the text system, we now have everything in one place where you can go back and pull the information that was sent to you with that auto text response as soon as you signed in. So you're going to want to save that. It's really important as you bring new coaches on board, though. You don't want to give that website out right away. You want them to opt in, because that's the whole point of this, is communication, right? Communication is everything in our business to make sure everyone feels connected and supported, and that no one falls through the cracks. No coach left behind, and that starts with the text system. All right, so let's get started. Let's really get started. So who here is interested in getting your products paid for, or making a little bit of fun money, or maybe you want to make a lot of money? It's really awesome because we have some high payoff activities. There's only a few things that you need to do to build your business. And the activities that we're going to share with you this evening are going to do just that. So there's really just a couple of things. You're looking to get new customers, right? And you're looking to get customer getters, so coaches. And then the third thing is duplication. So this is the whole part of this system, is duplication and getting everyone plugged into our system. This is 90% of everything that you are going to do. So you want to make sure that you're constantly talking to new people, bringing new people on board, whether that's a customer or a coach. And to do that, we're going to go through the rhythm. The rhythm, oh no, here I go with that song again. Anybody else want to sing it for me this time? Exposure is everything. You're going to hear these key terms over and over and over. Exposure is everything. We're going to talk about third-party tools. Amateurs sell, professionals sort, and fortune is in the follow-up, okay? And this is the rhythm to your business. This is what you're going to be doing to get your products paid for and to build a business, if that is what you're here to do. So let's talk about exposure and the car wash, right? So your main job, your only job, your main job is to share the business. And sharing the business is exposing people. They're kind of the same, right? It's just different terminology. So you want to make sure that if you are looking to build a business, you want to get your products paid for, if you don't invite people to the car wash, they're never going to know what it is that you're doing. So it's super important that you are sharing the products, whatever it is that you love, whatever that is that excites you, and also sharing the business opportunity with other people. So the car wash is just that, right? We can't control who says yes to the opportunity. Your only job is to put people through the car wash. So you're inviting people in to the car wash, and then they're getting information while they're in the car wash. And when they come out, they're going to know whether they're interested, whether maybe it's not the right time for them, or maybe they need new information. So this is the only activity that leads you to earning income, and that is inviting. We are a network marketing business. It is word of mouth recommending with others. So Beachbody was basically founded because Team Beachbody was founded because they saw how organically people were talking about the products, they were referring people about the products. And so they said, why not reward people for sharing the business? And that's exactly how Team Beachbody was founded. It would be like if you were to open up a restaurant, or you were open up a spa, or maybe you were to open up a gym. you're not going to sit back and not tell anyone about it, right? You're going to be so excited that you just want to get people in the door. Like you're going to be sharing like if you own a restaurant, you want everybody. If it's a gluten-free bakery, you don't care if they have to eat gluten-free or not. You want them in that door because maybe they aren't interested, but they might know someone who is. So really start thinking about this like a business. And if you had spent thousands of dollars to open up a business, you would be sharing this opportunity with every single person out there, which is why exposure is everything. And the person who shares the story most is the person that wins. So you want to make sure that you are really just not judging anyone, but that you're really getting the word out to every single person that you come in contact with, right? Third-party tools. Basically a third-party tool is anything but yourself. Because you're new, you're excited, you want to share the business with everyone, right? So your only job is to be excited, to create curiosity, to get people to watch a third-party tool. Because as a new coach, you want to try to explain everything, you want to talk about all the ingredients in Shakeology, but guess what? We have third-party tools where a professional can explain it for you. So remember, write this down, the more you talk, the less you sell. So it's super important that you take advantage of the third-party tools. Be excited and get them in front of a third-party tool. So as a new coach, your first third-party tool is going to be the Beachbody Open House on Wednesday nights, right? Abby is going to talk about that again here in the later part of the presentation, but that's your first third-party tool. And you're going to want to invite to this at least twice. So as a new coach, you want to plan on inviting to it this Wednesday and then the following Wednesday, or maybe it's the Wednesday after that. But you're going to want to download this app. It's called Beachbody Links, your coaching links. And what that does is Barb Blend, for example, if you send someone a video from this app, it's going to send them directly to your website to check out. So you're guaranteed, like if they're looking at this video, it's linked to your account versus if you send someone to YouTube, then they might just go directly to Beachbody and order the product or program for there. So using Beachbody links is super important and making sure that you're using those. So after you've invited people to the open house, here are some other examples of what you're going to invite people to watch, right? So we've got the webinar on there, which is our open house on Wednesday nights. Maybe it's a 3-way call with your upline. So maybe they've watched the open house Wednesday and maybe they still have some questions. You're going to want to possibly get them on a 3-way call with your upline coach. Maybe it's a face-to-face meeting at Starbucks, or maybe you want to have a Shakeology party. We're not even going to go into that right now, but just know that that is an option. Some other product third-party tools would be like a video on Barb Blend or Shakeology or Bevy. Maybe you have a free group that you're running, or maybe your upline coach is running a free group that you can plug people into. There's some amazing brochures like for Shakeology in the Coach Online office. So maybe it's giving someone a brochure. Maybe you're giving someone a sample of Shakeology or a sample of Bevy or a sample of, the performance line. Maybe you are asking someone to look at a testimonial, right? Because if you think back to when Beachbody first really started, and it was all about the infomercials, right? It was those transformation photos. That's what people got super excited about, is like, hey, I want those results. I want to look like that. And all of the different testimonials, all of the different transformation photos, there's going to be a photo that everyone can relate to, because Beachbody doesn't cater to just one body type. It doesn't cater to just one gender. It doesn't cater to any particular age or preference. So if you can point people to look at a transformation photo, that's an awesome third-party tool. And a great way to do this is, and again, this is after you've invited people to the open house, it's exposure to exposure to exposure. So a lot of people aren't going to sign up after just watching one thing. So you want to think about it like you're planting a garden, right? You're planting seeds, you're watering it, you're nurturing the relationship. And before you know it, you're going to have like this beautiful rose garden. So a very simple way to ask someone to watch a video on BarBlend, for example, would be, if I sent you a short video, would you be willing to watch it? And that's it. Like, how simple is that when you've started a conversation with someone? If I sent you a Shakeology brochure, would you be willing to check it out? If I sent you a sample of Shakeology, would you be willing to taste it? Right? And speaking of Shakeology, what are some different ways to introduce people to Shakeology? Again, it would be a sample, brochure, a testimonial. We do have a Shakeology webinar coming up because we are getting ready to launch pumpkin spice, right? Can someone put that in the chat, the date of that? I want to say it is next Monday. Let me look at my calendar. Somebody's probably already beat me to it. Oh yeah, look at all of these chats. I want to say it's September 2nd. Yeah, Monday. What is Monday? Oh, that is the 31st. Okay. Okay, it is. It's the 31st. We're going to confirm that. So the webinar is the 31st. Does this need? Yes. Thank you, Sarah. Webinar is Monday and it launches on the 2nd. So we have a webinar on Monday, the 31st, to introduce your people to Shakeology. So the webinar is Monday and then it launches on the 2nd. Correct. Yes, pumpkin spice launches on the 2nd. See, you guys don't have to know everything. You just have to be super excited about it. Because I've been in it for 11 years and I have to write things down or it's out of there. So just remember, if I will you, if I sent you a sample of Shakeology, would you be willing to drink it? If I invited you to watch an introducing Team Beachbody video, if I sent you a short video, would you be willing to watch it? And you can grab those links again from the app. So don't try to explain everything. Your only job is to be excited about it, create curiosity, and then point them to the expert, whichever third-party tool that is. All right, so 3 ways that you can get someone involved in your business, because I think a lot of times people either feel like, you know, they can only sign up people as coaches or they can only sign up people as customers, but there's several different ways that you can get someone involved in your business. And that might be someone to sign up as a coach, someone that wants to get their products paid for, right? They want to earn that side gig, or maybe they're interested in the discount opportunity, the 25% discount. Although we really want to get people at least getting their products paid for before we promote the discount, right? Maybe it's someone that just wants to be a customer. They don't want to get their products paid for, right? They just want to drink Energize. So, you know, that they just want to be a part of the challenge group. They're just looking for the fitness and nutrition side of things. They just want the accountability and support. And maybe it's someone that is going to be a connector. So someone that will give you referrals. They know people that might be interested. Are there any questions so far? I don't know where the chat went. Okay. Sorting versus selling, guys. I got to get a drink. So this is really important because, again, we're putting people through the car wash, and it's, if they say no at that time, it's okay, because a lot of a lot of times no means not right now. And you're looking for people that are looking for you, right? You're not trying to drag someone into the business, because guess what? They're going to drag you right down with them. So you're really staying busy looking for people who are looking for this opportunity because it's the right time in their lives. So when I met Christina, I met her in February of 2009, and I was in the process of going through a divorce. Like, it wasn't the right time for me, but we stayed connected and everything. And then when it was the right time, guess what? I signed up. So you're looking for people who are in their life and it's a right time for them. Maybe it's somebody that's looking to make extra income, someone that you know is getting ready to send their kids to college, or someone that you know is into fitness, or someone that is just looking for that extra income. And I think it's super important to remember that some will, some won't. So what? Right? Your dreams and your goals are not dependent on one person saying yes or no, right? You have to have some thick skin and know that your job in this is to present the opportunity to them, and it's up to them to say yes or no. Like, you're literally putting people through the car wash. And remember, the person who shares the story most is the person that wins. Um, so you can't be emotionally attached to the outcome. No simply means not right now. And again, it starts with sharing that third party tool, and you're going to learn really quickly who's interested and who isn't. And a lot of times it just means following up with them. So a lot of times we'll have coaches that are like, oh, I've talked to everybody and they're not interested, or they keep bringing up the same person. Well, I keep talking to my sister, and I know she's going to do it one day she's going to be interested, and they just keep hounding that person, right? You can't lead a dead horse to water. So if they're not interested, they're not interested. But wouldn't you rather talk to 100 new people than the same 10 people over and over and over? So it's really important to remember that this is kind of a numbers game. It is a numbers game. And that doesn't mean that that person doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that, that you want to just treat them like a number. Clearly, this is relationship marketing, it's friendship marketing. But you just have to know that the more people you talk to, the faster your business is going to grow, right? The more people that you put in that car wash, the faster your business is going to grow. And it's just trusting the system, plugging them in, and knowing that the system is going to take care of it for the most part. And the system is the Beachbody Open House. You want to just stay consistent in sharing every single day. Like, make sure you're sharing the business and the products with at least 2 people a day. Stay consistent in follow-up. We're going to talk about follow-up here in just a second. Fortune is in the follow-up. That's going to be like drilled in your head. Stay consistent with growing yourself. When you opt in to this training, to the dreamextreme.info, you're going to get that text message, and on that homepage is a audio by Jim Rohn. So it's really important that you're doing your personal development and you're growing, right? Your business is only going to grow as much as you do. So you want to make sure that you, in addition to sharing the business with 2 people a day, you're also listening to 10 minutes of audio or reading 10 pages a day of personal development, making sure that you're growing as a person in the areas that you need to grow in, because this is a brand new business. Like, this is brand new for a lot of people. So you just want to know, like, This is a growing process. It's important to focus on yourself and grow along the way. So stay consistent in serving others, and just know you may get no's right now. It's okay. Ask for referrals. Okay, you know what? I totally understand. No problem. Who do you know that might be interested? Right? Because a lot of times those people that say no right now, they're watching. They're going to be Weight Watchers, and they're going to see like, okay, she's still doing that thing. Man, she looks awesome. And she has this huge like community of support that's like cheering her on. And maybe I need to check into that again. So it's really important that you just stay consistent, because your activity that you do right now, you're not going to see the results of that for 30 to 60 days. So if you started right now and you started inviting hardcore for like 2 weeks and then you stopped, guess what? You kind of have to start all over. It's like that water well where, you know, like you're at the campground or the lake or whatever, and you're pumping and pumping and pumping and nothing is coming out, but that water is rising. You can't see it. So what happens if you stop pumping? That water falls and you have to start all over again. So it's super important that you just stay consistent. Remember what brings you joy. Remember why you're doing it, right? You've already done your GSR. So you know why you're in this, and your backbone has to be stronger than getting a no and turning away from this, because you're going to get your no's, and that's okay. It's okay. So the fortune is in the follow-up. You guys did your GSR, and Abby's going to go through the steps that are in that contact list, your tracker, right? And one of the steps is your follow-up. And this is where you're going to gain the most results, are in the follow-up. Because think about for yourself, when were you introduced to this business? And how long did it take before you decided to sign up? Go ahead and share that in the chat. When were you first introduced to the business, and when did you make the decision to sign up? The truth is most people have to see the business presented 3 to 5 times before they make a decision. So that 3 to 5 step process is getting them into the Beachbody open house, seeing, are they interested? Do they need more information? Maybe you're going to invite them to the next thing. Maybe you're going to invite them to a 3-way call. Maybe you're going to invite them to try Shakeology, right? It's a process, and you have to be okay with that, because the person, it may just not be the right time for them. And you just have to have a little empathy and know like, okay, you know, a garden doesn't grow overnight. You've got to plant those seeds. You've got to nurture your relationships. You've got to water it. You've got to fertilize it. You got to make sure it's getting its sunshine before you get that beautiful garden. And it's the same thing with this business. So, like very rarely has anyone ever like watched a video and said, okay, here's my visa, sign me up. So just know going in that it's okay, and that this is the process, right? You're putting them into that car wash, you're plugging them into the system, and knowing that you have to be gentle with people, right? You have to be gentle with them and be kind and be a friend and give them the information that they're looking for. Find out what their needs are. How can this business serve them? Because at the end of the day, it's about them at this point, right? We're talking about you right now, but your customers and your coaches, it's now about them. How can we serve them? How can Beachbody serve them? What is their needs? How can we fulfill that need? So just know that going in. If you don't follow up, you've planted that seed for someone else to come in and finish what you started, right? You might introduce somebody to the open house and you don't follow up with them, and then somebody else says, oh, hey, I'm doing this Beachbody thing. Do you want to do it? Do you know anything about it? And they're like, oh yeah, I was on this awesome presentation. And you've just allowed someone else to come in and scoop it up. So we don't want that. So just know that fortune is in the follow-up. It's going to take a few times of following up, building that friendship, building that trust. Maybe a lot of times it's just you've got your list of names, and sometimes it's just going to their Facebook page and being interested in them, being interested in what's going on in their lives. So maybe it's just like, you know, that you see that it's their daughter's first day back at school, and it's just commenting and saying, oh my gosh, that's so awesome, I hope she has a great school year. Well, now they're going to see your name, they're going to see your face pop up again, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, I watched that video, I never got back to her about that. And then they're going to DM you, right? So you want to just make sure that you're staying in front of them, you're being a friend, and not making it icky. All right, so I am going to turn it over to Abby. I think I need to make you a co-host. Let's see. There she is.
Hey, everybody. All right, so who is ready to launch their business? And we have created the perfect third-party tool for you to use to launch your business, and that is our Beachbody Open House event. So a Beachbody, Lisa, I don't think I can change the slides. I think I need the next slide. So a Beachbody Open House event is the most effective, time-efficient, simple, and successful way for you to introduce and to share the life-changing products and opportunity that Beachbody offers. So just like how Lisa mentioned earlier, like if you open up a spa or a restaurant or any other business, right? You want to get the word out there. You want to promote your new business. And the only way to really do that in the beginning is by having a grand opening. And who do we invite to a grand opening? We invite our friends, we invite our family, we invite associates and people that we know. So here, your business is to promote Beachbody's world-class fitness and nutrition products. So the Beachbody Open House is what serves as that same important event and works in the exact same way. It's letting others know about your new business. So think of it this way. It's simply just an announcement to those closest to you. And although some may choose to participate, and by becoming a customer or joining your team, the main goal is just to announce it to those that you know. And it may be for them, it may not be for them, but them knowing about your new venture can open up so many opportunities in the future for them to refer people to you. So we simply just want to get the word out and let people know what we're doing. And we do that in just a few easy steps. And you just have to do a few easy steps to have a successful business launch. And then the system does the rest. And I'm going to walk you through those steps. So one of the first things we have is we have a landing page. So our next Beachbody Open House event, as you can see on your screen, is this Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central. And they're going to come to learn about the fitness programs, weight loss groups, the hottest nutritional products like Shakeology and Energize and Hydrate and all of the things, Bevy that just came out, right? They're going to learn a little bit about who we are as a company, who we are as a team, and hear some testimonials, give away some prizes and all of that, and just for them to see what is in it for them. So they get there by going to the landing page. So you can see right on the screen, you want to go to dreamextreme.info/open-house. And I want you guys right now to pull out your phone and RSVP yourself, because I'm going to be talking about it in a moment, that this is something that you want to be engaged in. You want to be engaged throughout the open house event. So it's something that you want to be on as well. So RSVP, and then set a reminder in your phone. Go into your calendar and set a reminder to set yourself up so you get alerted at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night that our open house event is going live, and it is live streamed inside that Facebook event page. I am ready for the next slide. All right, so who do we invite, right? We want to build our contact list. So we're going to do this together. And I really hope you already have pen and paper out and are taking notes on all of this. But if you don't, I encourage you to grab some now. And some of you may have done this in your GSR already, but now's a good time. You can either add to that list a little bit or at least get it started. So who are we inviting? We want to really stop and think about, who do you want to get involved in your business? Because one of the amazing things about this business is you're in business for yourself and you get to choose. So who would you want to get involved in your business as a customer or as a coach? Just kind of like sit and think on that, like your sister, your best friend, maybe a neighbor, your mom. Who would you want to get involved in your business with you? And then, maybe you've been doing these programs and products for a few months or a few years, and you've already talked to people about it. So who is already interested in what you're doing? Maybe you've had conversations with family members, with coworkers, with, ladies in the neighborhood or at the school or at the park or wherever it may be. Maybe you've already been having conversations. And so who comes to your mind when you think of someone that you've had a conversation with about, maybe it's something that you're doing already with the Beachbody products and programs, or maybe you've just had a conversation with someone recently about how they've gained the quarantine 15 and they miss working out at their gym, but their gym isn't open yet and they're looking for something to do. Who comes to mind of someone would already be interested in what it is that you're doing? And then finally, who could you ask a favor of? So remember, this is just inviting to launch your business, to get the word out. So it doesn't mean that everybody is going to join you as a coach or as a customer. Some may not be interested at all, but don't you want your friends and family members to know exactly what it is that you're doing? Because maybe there's someone in their life that you're not in contact with who would make an amazing coach on your team, or who would really benefit from using BOD or using Shakeology or using Bevy. So them knowing what you're doing and asking them to come as a favor and check out the open house lets them then know what you're doing, so that in their everyday life, if they come across someone, they're then setting you up and sending you referrals, which is what a majority of our businesses are made out of, is just that word of mouth or referrals. And then just remember, there is a magic formula. So if you invite 10, 1 or 2 are going to be ready now to hop on and listen into that open house event. So I really encourage you to grow this list to at least 15 names of who you will be inviting to, whether it's this Wednesday or next Wednesday, to the next open house event. And know that it takes quite a few exposures. Lisa talked all about exposures. It takes 4 to 7 exposures for someone to have enough information to make a decision. So this isn't about someone hopping on and then making an immediate decision. This is just about launching and informing those. And you are just simply looking for the ones who are looking to get started with you. All right, so remember, we want to keep track. How many of you guys struggle to just remember what you did 5 minutes ago, where you walk into a room and you're like, I can't even remember what I came into this room for? So we don't want to just keep our contact list up in our head. That's why I really encourage you to grab paper and pen, because we want to write it down and we want to keep track of the people that we're inviting. And we have this in the Start Your Biz page on the Dream Extreme website, where you can print this out, where you can keep track of their name, their contact info. And in there is where I write like Facebook Messenger or Instagram DM, or maybe I'm texting with them, or email, or a phone call. And the amazing thing about this tracker is it keeps us organized in where we're at in this system of inviting them. So where you see step 1, invite, step 2, reminder, step 3, engage, step 4, follow up, and then you have a little spot for notes. And I'm gonna go through with you guys all 4 of these steps and how we specifically do each step. It really is just a very simple system, and then you just let the system work, and it's all figured out for you. All right, so step 1, we want to invite. We've got to get people to our open house, right? We got to get them to the launching of our business. And so, you can do this through text message, through email. We do prefer and recommend phone call, because those that you're usually inviting in the beginning of your business are family members, friends, coworkers, people that you probably talk to on a daily or at least weekly basis. So getting them on the phone, I think, just makes it so much easier than messaging back and forth, but you don't have to get people on the phone. And it's just saying something super simple, guys. And I do encourage you, take these scripts and use them, but make them sound like you. So if you change a word or two, just to kind of make it really sound like you, saying, hey, Ashley, how are you? I just wanted to reach out because I just launched a partnership with Beachbody, the creator of P90X and 21 Day Fix and PiYo. And I'm super pumped because I love their home fitness programs and how effective they are. One of my first assignments is to share a free virtual open house with my top 10 friends. Would you be one of my top 10 and come watch it with me? Super simple, right? You're just letting them know you've launched your business and then asking them to do you a favor and come watch it with you. And then after they say yes, or if they say, when is it? I don't send them when it is, because remember, everything is figured out for you and you have your landing page. So you're just gonna say, great, I'll text you the link with all the info. And then you're going to send them that Dream Extreme open house landing page that has everything, the time, it connects them right to the Facebook event and all of that for them. So, and then you're going to, it's all right there. Next slide. Step 2. So you're going to do that invite. You're going to go back to your sheet and you're going to make a little check mark in that step 1. You did the invite, right? And you're going to go through your list of at least 10. I really encourage you guys to get 15 to 20 in. And then the morning of the event, you're just going to send a quick reminder and just say, hey, Ashley, I'm just checking in to remind you about tonight's virtual open house. It will stream live inside the event at 7 p.m. Remember to jump on live. You want to remind them about, that we're going to have giveaways, and let them know that you're really looking forward to getting their feedback. And then if they haven't responded, going to the event, because you can go into that Facebook event once you RSVP to it, you'll be able to see if the people that you invited have clicked going. And if you see that they haven't clicked going, I would encourage you to remind them to click that so that they can see notifications, they can see when the event goes live and all of that. And then you're going to go to your tracker, check step 2. And step 3 is to be engaged. It is so important for you not just to invite people and then you don't show up to the party, to the event, to the open house yourself. You need to be there too. So tips to help ensure they see the live stream is you want to make sure they click going, like I mentioned, and then tag them. So you need to be on that live stream as well so that you can tag them. And I usually just say something like, hey, Ashley, are you here? I'm so excited. And that they'll not only, if they click going, they're going to get a notification that the event went live, and then they're going to get another notification that you tagged them. And when they click on that notification, it's going to pull them into the live stream. So they'll be able to see that. And then throughout the event, make sure that you're engaged and you're commenting and you're clicking the little hearts and the likes and all of that and engaging with the host, because every time that you comment, like, the host might ask, what's your favorite Shakeology flavor, or who's tried this, or where are you from, or any of those things. Every time that you comment on that, the person you invited is going to see your comments, and it's going to help them feel a little bit closer and connected and engaged with you. And then it's also highly encouraged that you engage with them, whether that's just on the event or through text or through Messenger. I'll often text my people, say, hey, are you on? What are you liking best so far? Things like that. And then go and check that off, right? Step 4 is to follow up. And I do this right at the end of the event. So the event ends, and then I go to my list and I start sending out text messages or Facebook messages or however I was originally chatting with them. And I'm going to send out a follow-up message saying just like, hey, Ashley, thank you so much for jumping on the live stream tonight. I appreciate it. I'm so excited to hear, what did you like best about the information? And guys, this is so important because remember, you're simply sorting and finding those who are interested. So think about this. You showed them a whole menu of options on this open house, right? They saw on demand, they saw Shakeology, they saw the other nutritionals, they saw about how to be an affiliate, how to build a business in this. And you want to ask them, what did they like best, or what made the most sense to them? So really choosing our verbiage with that, because you really want to do here. You want to hear what they liked best about it. And then you're just sorting and finding who needs more info. Who's, because maybe someone's ready to get started right now. Maybe someone needs more information, so you need to send them like another video on Shakeology or on Beachbody On Demand or more information on Energize, or maybe someone's ready but they're just not ready right now, so you're sorting that. Maybe someone's like, you know what, I'm about to head out of town for a while, and but I'll be ready to get started at the end of September, right? So it's just sorting and seeing what they need, and really remember to listen to whatever it is that they respond to that says what they liked best, and agree with it on what they liked best. So if someone says to you like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this new MBF program, and maybe you haven't done MBF yet, maybe you're in the middle of another program and you're doing something else. So instead of saying, oh, I've never done that, but I'm really loving Morning Meltdown 100, is saying, yes, I know. Doesn't that program look amazing? I cannot wait to get started with it after I finish Morning Meltdown or whatever it is that you're doing. So really just validating whatever it is that they say. And then if for some reason people aren't able to get on live, and you know what? Life happens. It happens. Things happen, right? Just, we have a quick little thing for you to send them on, just, no worries. I get it. Life happens. If I send you a replay, can you watch it today? And I'll follow up with you tomorrow, because you really would love to get their feedback. And remember, guys, sometimes I think we feel uncomfortable sending like a follow-up, because we're like, oh my gosh, what if they ask me a question that I don't know the answer to? And here's the thing, you don't have to know everything. Kind of like Lisa mentioned earlier about like the launch. Honestly, like I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Does it launch on the 2nd? I can't remember. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to remember everything. And you're new, and you're navigating your way through this and learning this. So you don't need to know everything, and that's where you lean into your upline. The coach who signed you up, or even their upline coach, that's what they're there for. That's what I'm here for. That's what Lisa's here for. Because if you don't know the answer to a question, all you have to do is just someone messages you back, asks you a question, you're like, I don't even know what to say to this. You just screenshot it and send it to your upline for them to help you figure out how to respond to that. It's not on you to have to figure it out. That's what we're here for. So I want to encourage you guys to then go back, make your check, and then just continue. You're going to continue exposing and following up. And remember, this open house event is something, like Lisa mentioned earlier, that you want to invite at least to 2 open house events. So the ones that were unable to get on live, you have an opportunity to then invite them to the next one. And then along the way, I'm sure there's going to be more people who come to mind where you're like, oh yeah, like, so-and-so would love this, or, more people are going to come to mind. So you want to not just invite to 1 open house event, you want to invite to multiple, at least 2 open house events. And then I encourage you to download this inviting guide and print it out if you can. It's found on that Start Your Biz Now page over on our Dream Extreme Info website. And I also encourage you to download and or print out, if you're able to, all of the corresponding documents, like the contact list tracker that we showed a few slides back, so that you can have that and use that and really utilize it and keep track. It's one of the things I always tell my coaches is keep track, keep a list, so you can keep track of who you're talking to and all of that. I think we have our final slide for you guys. So your homework, guys, just connect with your coach. Send your coach a message right now and say, hey, I just finished the new coach training and I'm ready to launch my business. I'm ready to invite to the open house event on Wednesday or next Wednesday. I really encourage you, seize the moment. And if you're excited, invite now. And it doesn't take very long, because we have all of those scripts figured out for you. And it really is just taking your list and sending out some messages and then following that simple system and those simple steps. So, your second homework is, invite to the open house, and just know that you can't do business unless people know that you're in business. And the system is only going to work. You work the system. So you have to take charge and take action now in getting the word out about your new business by leveraging the power of the Beachbody Open House. And then the very final thing we're going to give you guys is, you're going to hear it over and over again, personal development. It is so vital. It is so important. I've been coaching for over 10 years, and personal development, just plugging into that, has completely changed and transformed my life from the inside out. And we encourage you guys to get started with. So it's on that Start Your Biz Now page at the bottom is a link to a Jim Rohn audio. And we encourage you, just start with that. 15 minutes listening a day and make your way through that. And then you can connect in with your coach about what personal development you can move on after that. So that's all we've got for you guys tonight. Thank you all so much for spending your Monday evening with us, learning a little bit more about how to get your business launched. And we're so excited and we can't wait to see you on the Wednesday night open house.
Invite, invite, invite. Thanks so much, guys, for your time. Have a great night.
Bye.